when Grohl played everything.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, right. And he helped out Queens of the Stone Age, too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, if only I could get him to join as my drummer.
Oh, well, let me ask you that, too, about your band. Are they all friends? Are they stars? Are they just recruited people?
It's been kind of a revolving door ever since I started the project. Because, I mean, I've been playing music for, 16 years and had, various bands over the years. And then in 2007, I started, recording Without Warning. And I basically, hired all the best guys that my producer knew. So Chris Chaney from Jane's Addiction played bass, and Bruce Kulick from Kiss played lead guitar, and Lawrence Katz from the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones played guitar, and the list goes on. Tony Franklin from The Firm played bass on the track. We had Jimmy Haskell roll the string charts for the Beatles, and Simon and Garfunkel wrote us a string chart for one of the songs. It was like, everyone you could possibly want to work with worked on the first album, and I was like, cool, I'm going to go get a record deal. This is going to be awesome.
Right.
And then that didn't happen. So
you should have major pull, though, dude.
What's that?
You should have some kind of pull. You got some weight to throw around, man.
Dude, I mean, if you can solve that puzzle, man, you're a better man than I am. I can't figure it out.
Fuck that, because you know what, dude? There's bands out there that I think, when I listen to them, I'm like, dude, they're going to make one album, they're going to go away, and some nutbag sign these people. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's not even viable. It's not going to last. And then there's guys like you. I've listened to this music, and I tried to get The Heroes Are Human. I wanted to get that, but I didn't purchase it yet. So I got to get... that album, to me, it almost sounds like Chili Peppers. A lot.
Oh, right on.
Like, it's got a cool sound. It's a mix of, I heard some, Incubus in there. Some Chili Peppers tonnage I got from, your vocals. It was very... It's addictive. So I don't.
Well, thank you, Ed.
Yeah, have you sent these in to anybody? Like the demos and shit.
Yeah, the thing is that for a minute when I first released the first album, I was talking to Epic and Atlantic, and they were kind of interested, and then I think Epic sort of folded into Sony, and Andy Karp left Atlantic. Right, I finally for months and months and months, worked my way through the politics of it, and then I was sitting in the president's office, feet up on the coffee table, and then a month later he was gone.
Man.
So it's how it goes. So it was the type of thing where, regardless of not being able to do that, I still wanted to, get the music out there, and I was like, okay, I'll just go and start touring and. See what I can build on my own, and that's sort of how I became a DIY band,
Yeah, that's kind of like me. I'm a DIY station. And
so you know the plight.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I work full-time, I got kids, and I do this, and, that's why I say to you, American Reunion, I'm not even going to lie to you, I haven't sat down yet. I'm going to tonight. Because I want to watch it. I've watched all the other ones, and I watched the preview last night, and I was like, oh shit, it's funny. It's still genuinely funny.
Yeah, this one I think came out closer to the original American Pie.
Right.
Even more so than the second one and the wedding one.
Mm-hmm. And
then there was the weirdos in between.
What's with all the weirdo offshoots? American Pie Presents.
For a minute I was kind of pissed about that. I thought they were diluting the franchise, and American Pie was, Universal had some new people that came in and were running it, and, they had a new head of development and all that. So I was like, they just are, pillaging and plundering the franchise, and American Pie is going to become like National Lampoon.
Right.
Just, something that you kind of scoff at and you think is going to be a terrible film. And I never even watched the DVD ones. They made 3 of them, I think.
No, dude, they made feels like 1,000 of them. I caught my 14-year-old daughter was watching one.
Well, the thing is though, is that that's the point though. Your 14-year-old daughter was watching one.
Right.
They basically kept the franchise actually alive to the generation below us. So I remember I went to Bamboozle, not this year, but last year, and this band, Forever the Sickest Kids, wanted me to come up and introduce them.
Right.
And their fans were literally 12 to 14.
See,
and I said to them, I'll introduce you guys, but your fans aren't going to know who the hell I am.
No, now see, that's where I differ, because that's when I take my kid and I say, shut this shit off, because this is an American Pie. And then I make her watch American Pie, and then I go, this is American Pie, not that, because, dude, all that
No, but that's the point. Because they released all those films and because they kept releasing them, the kids would get curious and go back and rent the first one.
Right.
Well, yeah, I would hope they do, because the new ones, or the side shots, all they are is tits, ass, tits, ass, tits, ass. That's all it is.
Right.
It's filthy. I mean, which is fine, but it's, you know,
it's place.
It wasn't like the classic like storyline though of American Pie. You know what I mean?
Well, I have to probably take a wild guess and say that the straight to DVD sequels didn't have the same kind of heart.
Right. No.
You know, they just probably worked it so that it was just all the comedy bits and all the raunchy comedy, but they missed the point.
Right.
Well, did you know that American Pie was going to be so popular?
When we shot the first one?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't until, I mean, when we shot it, I was just happy to have a job.
Right.
Wow.
Which is, pretty much how I feel anytime I'm working. I'm just thankful to be working.
True.
And at the time, I would say that we didn't really know what was going to happen with the film. I mean, yeah, there was a big run like of press and stuff, but I've been a part of press runs before, and that doesn't necessarily mean anything. For me, it was kind of like usually a film does really well, and each week in the box office, it kind of like dies down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And it just stayed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
it just
dude.
kept making the same number.
I know.
Every single weekend for like 9 weeks. It was crazy.
Oh, it was a great fucking movie.
It was the cast.
Yes, the cast had genuine chemistry. You know?
Well, it's lightning in a bottle.
Yeah. I had a thing for Allison Hannigan, to be honest with you. Yeah, I don't know. And then how was it on the set? Was it all like debauchery and everything going on behind the scenes, or all serious business?
It's funny. Like, it's one of the only films that I've really worked on where I think, like we've done 4 of them. No cast member has ever hooked up with another cast member.
Oh,
of the original. It wasn't until the 4th one where, I think it was the girl that played the girl that was interested in Jason Biggs that he used to babysit back in. Well, you haven't seen it yet.
No, I have to watch it.
Okay, so there's a girl who's interested in Jason Biggs.
Right.
And in the movie, she's got a boyfriend, and they actually started dating after the film. That's the first time that anyone's hooked up. But out of the original cast,
really,
no one has ever hooked up with anyone.
Wow.
You would have thought so.
Yeah, I would have thought there was. I would have thought.
Well, sure. There's probably lots of sexual frustration, but we put it all in front of the camera.
Right.
Yeah, it worked out well that way. Trust me, it was very good. I love those movies, man. I'm going to watch this one tonight. I mean, I won't lie to you. I partake in a little bit of Mary Jane sometimes, so I might watch that tonight. You sounded
everything's funnier with her.
Yeah. Do you remember? Did you watch what the fuck was that movie? Half Baked. Remember Jon Stewart? Did you watch that movie ever?
It's been a long time.
Yeah. He was a weirdo in that movie. He kept asking guys, like, did you ever look at a $20 bill on weed?
On weed.
Jon Stewart. Yeah, dude. Yeah.
I kind of remember that.
Yeah, well, that's why I was asking you. Like, what are your, growing up, because we're the same age, and I love movies. Like, I'll quote movies all day. It's as gay as it is. I'm the idiot that walks around does movie quotes.
Yeah, but they're good movies.
Yeah, but they were good movies. But did you ever have movies that you particularly like to watch or that you were fan of?
Oh yeah, dude. When I like a movie, I'll watch it, over and over again. I mean, It started with when I was a kid. I'm the youngest of 7.
Wow.
So like Star Wars was like the thing that they wanted to watch. So my brothers would come home from school and they'd turn on Star Wars, and we do that every day.
All right.
And then it was, films like Caddyshack, where I can do, like, the Dalai Lama speech from Bill Murray. Like, start to finish.
Yeah, dude, Caddyshack classic.
I mean, I think actually I did an interview recently, and they asked me for my favorite movie quote, and I went into Bill Murray, Carl Spackler character, and did the entire speech.
Oh my God.
I'm sure if you search it on YouTube, it's somewhere there.
Yeah.
But when Shawshank Redemption came out, which is by and large one of my favorite films of all time, I saw that movie 7 times in the theater.
Jeez. Did you?
Yeah, that's the definition of a crazy person.
Yeah.
It's cool. I'm okay with that.
Oh hell no! I mean, I just figured you're making movies, and I was wondering if you partake in a lot of movie watching yourself because you're so busy.
Making movies is not like making meth. Okay,
meth.
You can make it and partake in it.
I was like, wait, did he say meth? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just recently got into Breaking Bad, so.
Oh man. Jesus.
I hadn't seen it at all, and I know Aaron Paul, who stars in the Breaking Bad series from back in the day, and
right.
I feel bad. I'm like, I should have supported my friend's work.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I hadn't seen him in a number of years or whatever, and then I started watching like 2 weeks ago, and I'm already like midway through season 3. Like I'm just watching it every night.
That's cool. Yeah, I mean, so you're at home now, or are you filming anywhere?
I'm at home. I mean, the shoot that I'm doing now is in L.A.
Nice.
And it's a pretty, big cast. So, when that kind of stuff happens, I mean, I think I'm only working like 10 days on it.
Huh.
So I did like one day, and then I, start work again next week. But I was just going to say, in regard to my drug versus movie reference analogy, in my opinion, entertainment is the safest form of escape because, you don't have any side effects from being entertained.
Yeah, you don't lose.
You get a hangover from laughing, watching Hangover.
Yeah, dude. You know what? It's funny. I mean, and I see. I was thinking of. I was going to play a game, Guess Your Influences, but I think I already divulged all that. I was going to say musical influences because we're almost the same era. So in the 90s, like you said, Dave Grohl, Nirvana. Were you into, like the Mudhoney, the Soundgarden, obviously Pearl Jam, probably?
Yeah, I mean, I listened to Pearl Jam. I mean, I definitely got into Soundgarden.
Yeah.
I grew up before that, on classic rock before I started collecting my own music.
Right.
So Led Zeppelin.
Yes. Hendrix.
The Who. I mean, the list, Pink Floyd, the list goes on.
Yeah, I would just, right. And, so you play, oh, sorry, my voice. So you, it looks like, yeah, I know, I suck.
No, I played a show last night, and so my voice is pretty toast right now as well.
Oh, man, well, it sounds good on record, on wax, because all the albums that I've sampled today and previously before this, it's good, man, it's solid music.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, and I don't know why anybody wouldn't pick that up.
I don't know, I mean, I could make predictions or try to make sense of it all that I want, and I don't really have an answer for that.
But well, what's the idea about getting to the UK? Is there just to do it, or is there something behind it?
No. I think that what I've heard is that a lot of bands, and this is sort of one of those many theories that I have. A lot of bands, granted they were I think signed at the time, didn't really do well until they went overseas first. It goes all the way back to like Tom Petty. Watch the Tom Petty documentary.